Hello and welcome to another episode of the MotoGP 20 Historic Challenges, and as we always do, we need to head onto the historic market first to see what's on offer. So we go on here then, we've got the 2004 Ducati, so we'll buy that for 2,000. We've got Gary McCoy from 2,000, so we'll buy that for 1,600. And we've got the 2003 Ducati team, which is also 2,000 diamonds. So we bought that now, which takes us down to 38,700, so we still have so many. So after we've done this challenge, hopefully we will have absolutely loads. We'll have loads and loads of diamonds, so we should never run out again. So this time it is at Qatar. I want to thank everyone for requesting riders to play as. I probably have forgotten some of the requests, so if you feel like I haven't done yours yet, do comment it again, because obviously I do get quite a few, so sometimes I might forget, because I don't write them down or anything. I probably should write them down, but I know Chris Vermeulen was requested, so we're going to play as Vermeulen this time at Qatar. So we'll head onto the track, and we'll get straight into this. So then down on the grid then, Shinya Nakano on pole position once again. Max Biaggi actually alongside him in second again, and this time we're not actually playing as Barros, so it seems like the grid has actually changed. Oh yes, because it used to be Hayden that started being put on pole all the time, but now it seems like Nakano's back on pole, who obviously he was on pole before, so it seems like the grid has had another shuffle. It's quite odd, like you seem to get the same grids over and over again, and then every so often it just shuffles and you get that grid over and over again. In terms of the tyres, I'm not 100% sure what to go with. Obviously, we are at Qatar, so it's pretty cool. So it might be a good idea to potentially go for a soft rear, but then I don't want to risk overheating it. So I think I'll go for a medium, and I am going to put a little bit more fuel in the bike as well, just so that we don't run out, because that has been a problem in the past, of course. So we'll put 9 laps of fuel into the bike, and we'll start the challenge. So Riccardo then still on the outside of the front row. Myself here. Oh, we actually can't change the fuel load anyway, so it was probably not worth putting any extra in. Lights on, away we go then off the line. We've only got traction control available. Big wheelie, big... Oh, no. Oh, I think we've been hit by Pedrosa. Yep, we have. Oh, dear, this has gone terribly. So at least it gives me the opportunity to take some of the fuel out then. Lights on, away we go. Hopefully we don't go wheeling up straight away again. Shifting up into second. Still got a bit of a wheelie on. Got to try and get used to this 990 again as we go towards the first corner. Oh, we dived it in. Okay, we've lost the seat already. Well, the back of the bike. Vermeulen's bike has a different damage to everybody else. It actually can lose the seat, which is really, really weird. I don't know if it's a mistake or not, because it's light damage and I've lost it. So you think that would be a retirement, basically. The camera's also looks like it's floating. So I think perhaps that's maybe something they tested with Vermeulen's bike and they forgot to remove or something, I don't know, because it doesn't seem like it's working properly. We're down in 11th anyway, so it's been a dreadful start. It's going to take me a while to get used to this bike again. But Nakano's also right down here with us. He started on pole position, he's down in 10th place. Simoncelli around the outside, so beautiful move there from Simoncelli. I think Ukawa's at the front. So Ukawa once again trying to pull away. Here comes Simoncelli. Simoncelli at the side, had to sit up to not hit Simoncelli. So we're now down to 12th place, and I'm down again. I think I actually might have called it a 990 on one of the previous attempts, but it's actually an 800. Well, lights on, away we go, because it's a 2007 bike, isn't it? So that would be the first year of the 800s. So it seems like if you're pretty early with the gears, it's not too bad. We're launching into the lead once again as we go towards the first corner, hitting the brakes nice and late. Oh, Nakano! We've had Kato and Nakano now, and that's allowed Ukawa and Kato through, and also Capirossi. So we're down to 4th place, but still an improvement over any of the other attempts. I think we've got Bayliss trying to come to the inside now. Capirossi not had the best exit. There's Byrne as well. So bit of a weird order currently. We're trying to get on the inside then of Capirossi side by side with him. We've passed him up into 3rd place again. Kato on the attack of Ukawa by the looks of it. Capirossi still trying to get past us. Kato still going for the lead there. That's probably not going to help him out if he's trying to slow down Ukawa by getting past him. But he's got past him now, and we're going for the outside into turn 6. Are we going to get that one stopped? No, Capirossi back up the inside, but on the power nice and early. The bike didn't wheelie then because of the lean angle we had. So we're up to 2nd place. We're going around the outside of Kato now into turn 7. Are we going to pull it off? No, not quite. So we're going to have to settle for 2nd for now. Oh, big wheelie. But I'll take it so far. Almost hit into the back of Kato. It'd be quite nice if you could actually race in the daytime in the historic category. Obviously I know you can in Moto 3, and obviously in Moto 2 it's in the evening, but it'd be nice if you could race in the daytime in the historic category, or even the modern. It would be quite interesting. I wonder if maybe there's a mod possibility for that. We'll have to take a look, but enough about that anyway. We're on the back of Daijiro Kato here, and he's currently leading. Lorenzo's in 3rd, so I'm guessing Lorenzo's going to be the AI to watch out for, and well, he's now 2nd, so we've just absolutely let him through, so we can't sit behind him. We're going to have to go straight past when we can. Back on the power. Look at the power he's got though compared to us on that 1000. But we're going for it into the last corner on Lorenzo. We've lost the front. No! I am so bad on the historic bikes here. So waiting for the lights to go out again. Lights out and away we go. Again, try and keep the front down, get that good start towards the first corner. So up to 5th, up to 4th, up to 3rd, up to 2nd, up to 1st as we hit the first corner again. Max Biaggi's almost hit us at the back and now he's crashed. I think he's took Nakano out actually, but we actually are leading the race, which is exactly what we need because Lorenzo is going to be coming very shortly, we know that, and he's got the pace like no other. So we've got to try and get out at the front here and get away a little bit. So coming up towards the line then at the end of the first lap, Lorenzo's already up to 3rd place, so I'm trying to get a move on here. See, he's pretty close to Kato behind. So as we start the 3rd lap then, 53.8 for me, 6 tenths behind. I have to push so hard through the sectors in the middle of the track with the fast corners. I got the gap out to like 1.2 again, because he brought it down to 8 tenths, got it back out to 1.2, and he's just half the gap on the straight. I'm just sort of forever riding defensively here. He's been right behind me for the whole lap, but he's not been able to actually get past yet because just I've been parking my bike right on the apex and then just been trying to gas it out the corners. I've gone in a bit wide though, this could be his opportunity to slide underneath. No, we've got the cut back on him. We've sort of blocked him. There's been a crash. He's crashed! Oh, okay. That's really took me by surprise. What has happened to Lorenzo there? We did not touch at all. So whatever he's done, I don't know. He's had a massive accident and that's really given us a big lead now. I'm like really confused because he's just crashed on a straight for like seemingly absolutely no reason at all. It's so strange. He's already back at the 17th. He's already passed Stoner. So I mean, I wouldn't put it past him to maybe come and catch us again. He's really charged us through the order is Lorenzo. He probably didn't pick up much damage. He's going to be he might catch us again before the end of the race. So coming towards the line then, our pace has really dropped because the front tyre is so warm I need to slow down. So Kato is actually catching me up a little bit again. So I've got to watch out for that. But Lorenzo has made fantastic progress through the pack. Look, he's just got up into 10th place already. I am actually genuinely scared that he might be able to get back up into 2nd and might actually be able to have an attack on us if I don't have the pace near the end of the race. Starting lap 6 then, we're back in the 53s for the first time in a while, so definitely up the pace. 2.4 seconds then back to Kato. Not sure where Lorenzo is. He's now 9th, so I think he's now caught up to the pack in front of him. So starting the 7th lap now, I slowed down a bit again, so Kato's actually got to catch me. I can't keep pushing the front tyre because I'll probably end up crashing. Lorenzo is up into 7th now, so he's got to catch another group, and then he'd have to pass that group and then catch Kato and then catch me. So he's not going to actually get up to me, luckily, I don't think now, but I think he can still get 3rd. There's definitely a chance of him still getting 3rd. Coming up towards the line, Kato is really closing on us now. We've got a lap to go, so I think I should be okay, but it's a little bit worrying because my pace isn't that bad. It's just the front tyre, I'm really struggling with it. Alright, Lorenzo's now up to 6th place. He's caught that group then. He's already up to 5th place as well. So, yeah, fastest lap at the race as I thought he probably would. 52.8 for Jorge Lorenzo there. So, yeah, he's up to 4th. 3rd's definitely on the cards here. Oh, he's crashed again! He's crashed again! He's bottled it, so that's going to be no 3rd place for Lorenzo. I wonder how he crashed that time. I wonder if he'll actually have retired from that as well, but yeah, quite interesting. But Kato is really all over us here. Into the last corner then. Oh, I've got him really wide. I've got to let off the brakes so I don't lose the front. But Kato is too far behind to do anything. Another lap and he probably would have actually have got us. But that front tyre destroyed. That is what happens when you don't have engine braking. You have to push the front so much. But we've won here in Qatar in the historic challenge. Lorenzo bottled it. So in the end then, we won by 1.1 seconds ahead of Daijiro Kato in 2nd place then. You look at the gaps, they seem to be a bit broken because Biaggi, Ukawa, Caparossi and Kenny Jr. were all in a group the entire race because they were coming over the line right next to each other, and as soon as Lorenzo caught one, he basically passed all of them and then he crashed. So we need to have a look at Lorenzo. He didn't actually retire because I saw him re-overtaking people again, so he finished 14th. Look at his lap, look at his times compared to everybody else. No wonder he got through the pack so easily. Like, Rossi did a 55.4 and Lorenzo did a 52.8. No one else is even, like, close to that. Like, I actually was the 2nd fastest rider. Like, this isn't even the simulated times and stuff. Lorenzo was just that fast, that much faster than everybody. Wow, like, Lorenzo had the pace over everyone. Like, no wonder he got through the pack so quick. I saw him gaining all these positions after he crashed and I was like, he might still catch us, but luckily he didn't. He didn't quite have enough. I think purely just because he got held up by the other riders, not because he couldn't actually catches up, because I think it took a while for him to get through a couple of them. I think a couple fought back at him. So obviously Nakano retired at that first corner, so I'll have a look at that first corner crash, and then the only 2 other crashes were actually from Lorenzo, so we'll go have a look at all those. So on board with Biaggi then, we kind of saw what happened. He closed in on us, sat up, just smacked Nakano out of the way, and then lost quite a few positions himself. So if we slow it down then, obviously I was going in the lead, but obviously I was on a much tighter line, so I had to try and get it stopped on the curb. Biaggi was still going for his line, realised he was going to hit me. Sat his bike up, which I suppose is the right thing to do, but I think in his defence, he had no choice but to sit his bike up, and that was always going to send him into Nakano. Nakano probably should have sat his bike up, really. Quite how Biaggi didn't crash as well, because that was quite a hefty impact, really. Not sure. So on board with Nakano then, he's just going through the first corner, just gets rammed by a Yamaha, and down he goes. In slow motion, it's exactly the same thing, really. Just him sat up. Nothing. To be fair, actually there wasn't really much Nakano could have done. He didn't have much time to react to sit up. It's sort of like when someone dive bombs you online, actually. So unfortunately for Nakano, just a victim of a turn 1 just kerfuffle, I suppose. So on board with Lorenzo then, he'd been stuck behind me for basically the entire lap. I managed to defend from him. See, I went wide, and here he goes on the power, and he just does a wheelie, he can't control it. It's a bit like Stoner back at Assen, and that was him down the road. How he didn't really pick up much damage from that, I don't know. But really, he hurried back to the track. Look at him, just going straight to the gravel. I hope he didn't just rejoin the racing line. Oh, he did, but he was so close to being hit by everyone there. So close. But as you slow it down then, obviously I came back to the racing line, which meant he had to get out of the throttle. Obviously then he wanted to get back on the throttle as quick as he could. And he just brings the front up. The bike's wiggling side to side, and that's just when he comes off the bike. So the incident was actually kind of caused by me rejoining, but obviously he just got way too eager back on the throttle. He could easily have just sat behind me for another couple of corners. I mean, he had the pace over everyone. He caught me by about a second in a lap. He really could have sat behind for a couple of laps and then made his move. Just watch this. This is why he was getting through the pack so easily. Flying past Roberts Jr. Well, he just smacked Biaggi actually, but flying past Biaggi, flying past Caparossi. That's because he was on a 1000. I was about to look at his next crash, and this is part of it. Oh no. Right, so the physics are fantastic on this game. Look at this. Oh, look at him. He's just like vertically... Like he's in the air. Like he's totally in the air. His bike is just like horizontal, like 90 degrees. And it like his ankle. Look at his ankle. It's like broken. Oh. Oh no. Sometimes you don't even need mods for this game to be ridiculous. It's so fun. So this is actually on board that incident. You can see he comes out this corner, does a massive wheelie, and the bike just flicks up in the air, then like tries to turn over in the air, and then just flips him over, and he still gets back on as if nothing's happened. So we'll slow it down because obviously that was way too much to process. So he comes out this corner, he's already turned to high side, then he does a massive wheelie, right? So now he's up on one wheel. As with before, he's trying to correct this wheelie, but he continues to put more power on, and he's still trying to turn it left. But what's happened at this point is he's turned it left, and that's actually took the rear wheel off the ground. So now he's totally up in the air, and he's still trying to correct it. But for some reason, your turning input still has some sort of power in the air, so you can actually still sort of turn. And that's what he's done. He's tried to flip it back round. Obviously, he's up in the air at this point. He's not going to like crash when he's got that. You know, he's not going to stay on when he's got that much lean angle. He's going to crash, and there he goes into the gravel. Down he goes. Well, actually, does he actually get to the gravel? Yeah, he does get to the gravel. But yeah, that's got to be one of the strangest crashes I've ever seen that was just an AI crashing on their own. So we got given our 15,000 diamonds, which brings us up to 53,700. So many. So then what we got, again, we've got some pretty common items. So 2,000 for Jeremy McWilliams, 2,000. The Red Bull Yamaha WCM. So we're actually getting a few of the 500 things in this episode. Obviously we had McCoy earlier on, so we've got McCoy and his team in this episode. We've got Jeremy McWilliams on the blue Aprilia. Then we've got Kenny Jr., but Kenny Jr. from 2004, so it's another 4-strokes one. So for 1,600, which takes us down to 48,100. So we're really getting through the historic market now. So we've got 28 out of the 41 riders, so there's still a few of those left to go. But teams, there's only 11 teams left now for us to get. We've got 25 of them, so we've got over double, you know, we're over 2/3 of the way there now. And then in terms of the riders, again, there's actually not that many. There's only 13 riders left to get as well, so we are getting up there. Obviously, unfortunately, you can't buy that much stuff off the market in one day, so we'll just have to wait till the next couple of days. Because they always give you a new challenge. I guess it's so that if you can't win the challenges or something, or especially if you're doing the intermediate or easy challenges, you can't get many diamonds. Actually, it would be probably quite hard to afford the stuff, so you probably do several challenges a day if you're doing that. Like, to do the easy challenge, you'd actually have to do 5 of those just to do one difficult challenge, although they are only 3 laps, so I don't know. Do let me know if any of you guys actually use the easy or the intermediate challenge. I think obviously for me they'd be like way too easy, but if you're maybe newer to the MotoGP game, I think it's nice that they've made it possible for newer players to actually still be able to unlock those historic content, but at the same time they've not made it ridiculously easy for the veteran players like myself, obviously that played the games for years, because that was the problem with last year's historic stuff. The historic challenges were stupid because the AI were on 40% regardless, so you had to pull out something stupid like 8 seconds in a lap if you wanted to get the gold prize, which was still easy to do, don't get me wrong, but it just was a ridiculous thing to have to do. It'd be better if it was like this and you just have to beat them in a scrap, because especially when you're using a slower bike, like I tend to do most of the time, it makes for some good fun. But I hope you did enjoy that one. Obviously, the race itself wasn't particularly interesting just because Lorenzo bottled it, but I hope you did enjoy my failed attempts, and Qatar was closing on us, so it did have a bit of a tense ending there. But like I said, I hope you did enjoy that video. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you're all staying safe, and I shall see you in the next video.